Mama Bear? Who's Mama Bear?
I have no idea, man. I'm just very confused.
Porn books in school? That's crazy.
I'm confused by this title here.
That can't even be a debate.
No, you remember that pastor that came up to the school board?
Yeah.
He was talking about porn books being in school.
Yeah.
And he was reading the book and they kicked him out because they said it was inappropriate.
They gonna finish start having
But
little
it's in
kids.
the school.
They finna have little kids go to the bathroom.
I just know Joy Reid.
Trying to get one.
I hope Joy Reid isn't for porn books.
Nah, she's for sure about to stand and say, no,
Hey.
the children need to learn this.
I'm not surprised.
I can't see someone defending that though, so I gotta see.
Like it's to
Chill
okay.
out, gang.
I remember we had the sex talk at school. We had the fifth
It was
grade
like
when y'all
sixth
have
grade.
that.
Sixth grade. I had it in like sixth
I
grade.
had 6 or 7.
I think ours was
Maybe
fifth. I
seventh.
think there's like the initial one
Definitely
in fifth
seventh.
grade, and there's another one in middle school.
I had one in 7th grade. Yes,
I had
that's
one
what
in fifth grade, and
That's
my friend
insane.
Xavier, he said they were like, men have sex with women in their vagina. And my friend Xavier raised his hand. Don't girls like it in the booty hole too? They said, Xavier, get out!
That's some goddamn South Park shit.
I remember I was crying, laughing. I was like 10 years old. They
That
said,
is
what?
some
I'm
South Park
serious.
shit.
That's what I heard. They said, get out! Get out! I said, no. I guess they're allowing them to ask that question now.
Let's keep
Now they
clicking,
say, well,
man.
yes.
That you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students.
All Boys
to read.
Aren't Blue.
What is your
What a
expertise?
tragic story. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school?
I've never
Whoa.
seen nobody get beat
Whoa,
down like this.
Whoa.
This is funny.
Listen to the suspenseful
Crazy.
music he's got on here.
I like that, OT. That's hard.
Yeah, that's a new, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Y'all listen to me. I was sent the video. I watched the first 30 seconds of the video, and I said, I have to make this video. I am blown away at how this beatdown happened. I can't, I'm dumbfounded. Somebody at Joy Reid's news station.
I'm sorry. My boy OT got a kind of a new cut going. He got like the little curls. You know, he got the Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Not the Russell Wilson, the
Westbrook.
Westbrook. Wow.
He had a new tattoo on his
My
arm.
boy,
He switched it up.
hey.
That boy tatted up with a new cut.
Tatted up.
At how this beatdown happened. I can't, I'm dumbfounded. Somebody at Joy Reid's news station didn't do homework at all. They put the wrong woman up here because this right here should end Joy Reid's career forever.
Wow.
Nobody would ever listen to her again. This woman
She got Don Lemon.
must have hit her with a combination of punches, and they were devastating. And I'm talking about figuratively, right? YouTube. But y'all gotta watch this. I want to give this lady a hug. I want to donate $1 million to her. She was so good because these leftist lunatics put out a narrative, but they never get challenged on the narrative, and people aren't bold enough to come on the show and just. That's what happened. Without me running my mouth, put your seatbelt on. This finna get crazy. Roll the clip.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your
What a
expertise?
tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer
Please
for you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school?
Oh my goodness.
That's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
This isn't a book?
We're talking about public school.
One
Nah, bro.
This ain't a book?
That's insane.
I see why people say you gotta send
How's
this,
she
you gotta
gonna answer
homeschool your
that?
kids.
Man, who is Moms of Liberty? God dang.
Oh, man.
All right.
So now
Did you
you've
got
asked me
kids?
questions.
Sure.
I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
What?
You're asking me right now.
You just
to
gave
name-
me very specific information about this book, so you're presenting yourself as somebody expert.
It's the
To-
gentleman-
Hold
the
on.
main-
Who's the main character in the book?
The main character is the author.
What's his name?
George, I believe, is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is.
Why does that matter?
What?
She want to make sure she
I don't
knows.
like Joy Reid, guys. I don't like Joy Reid, guys.
This is annoying.
That's
What's
insane,
his
bro.
name?
George, I believe, is his first
Because
name.
you're giving me very specific information that is.
What? Don't try to. y'all check this out. I'm gonna play the video, but this is what they do. People do me like this all the time in debates. When I would debate black.
Let's get some context right here. So this says All Boys Aren't Blue is aimed at readers 14 years of age or older and has been challenged for its sexually explicit LGBTQ content. It was second most banned book of 2021 and 2022 school year.
So they banned To Kill a Mockingbird in 1984, but they didn't ban this crap.
Crazy.
They banned Killing a Mockingbird?
I'm pretty sure they banned that, yeah.
What?
Keywords here. Explicit
That's the best book ever.
LGBTQ content in this book.
Explicit.
And she thinks it's not a problem to be in schools. Yeah, let's just keep going, bro. This is insane.
His name? George, I believe is his first name.
Because you're giving me very specific information that is...
What? Don't try to. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna play the video, but this is what they do. People do me like this all the time in debates. When I would debate black conservatives that are black first, they always have like this idea of Marcus Garvey or something, some obscure person that is irrelevant in real black history, and they'll ask you a question about him that you know, and then they think they want to debate. It's like, bro, you asked me some question about some obscure fact somewhere that...
Marcus was a Jamaican political activist. So I guess the point is, like, you know, they just...
I've heard the name Marcus Garvey. What's his significance,
when they argue, they just be like, oh, do you know Marcus Garvey? They bring up all these, stupid-ass facts.
It says he was the founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association.
Yeah, so it says Marcus Garvey organized the United States.
So he's just saying,
first black national movement. What? Whoa.
He's just saying, like,
do you
know this, and that, to debunk saying, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he urged black Americans to be proud of their identity.
How's nothing wrong with that? Yeah, okay.
Garvey enjoyed
He's just saying people use that argument saying, oh, you don't know who that is, then you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, facts. They're trying to say that you're not like pro-black, probably. All right, let's finish the video, though. I want to see. One more thing.
This is a quote that he said, his most famous quote. I have no desire to take all black people back to Africa. There are blacks who are no good here, and I will likewise be no good there. Damn.
That's
facts, though. That's real talk.
Garvey was spitting.
He was ahead of his time.
Facts.
And they'll ask you a question about him that you know, and then they think they want to debate. It's like, you ask me some question about some obscure fact somewhere that I need to actually do some research to verify if you even telling me the truth. This is what she's doing. Who's the character? What does that got to do with strap-ons and stuff?
No.
You're asking me to remember the name of an author.
You
the
just
name of the
remembered
author
very
doesn't
specific things.
Joy.
Here's my question.
We're talking about
Here's my
strap.
question.
You didn't answer my question.
No. I'm going to answer your
Great.
question.
I would love to hear that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm interviewing you and you're not interviewing me. So let's just make sure it's a conversation. Okay. So what I'm saying to you is that as you are not an expert, in this book,
I don't have to be an expert to know that dildos aren't appropriate for public school.
Facts.
Let's get real.
Is a full context story, as you said, of the author's experience. Why is it your right or a Moms for Liberty activist's right to say that a parent who wants their child to have access to this book, which gives a personal experience of this author, why doesn't a liberal parent, for instance, or a parent of an LGBTQ kid, why don't they have a right for their child to just have access to this book? Why?
Because it's not appropriate for school, dumbass.
Again, we're talking about incest, rape, and pedophilia.
And each parent, each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask you one more time.
I don't support Joy Reid, guys.
To tell a parent who wants their child who might feel seen by this story, why don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can't have
It's
that?
illegal.
Why is she defending
pedophilia? Is illegal.
Why is she defending this and saying this is a literature that should be available in the school library? I've never in my 18 years of going to school, well, shoot, how long did we go to public school? Not 18. What time are you talking? 12 years of going to public school, ever read a book about dildos and pedophilia and anal rape in the school library?
I just don't see it. Okay.
Bro,
she's trying to make the point that
you went to school for 18 years, bro.
You don't start school at 1 year old. I'm talking about public school. I was talking about public school because this is a public school book.
Oh yeah, no,
so you start what like what was 6?
I'm tripping.
Four,
six.
Yeah, but that's
Well, I
actually
started
insane.
jump
But look,
start.
she's trying to make the point that like LGBTQ. I'm sorry, bro. I wasn't even trying to be funny.
No,
but it's hard.
It's hard
Rainbow
to say.
gang.
It's hard
Right,
to say.
they was trying to make the point that they might want their kids to read this because they can relate to it. Okay, but this is pedophilia, not just about like gay or whatever. So
Pedophilia, rape,
the reason
incest.
that's not okay for public school is because that's actually illegal.
It's truly inappropriate literature
Right.
to
They
be
want
on
a
the shelf in the
logical- they
school
want a
library.
logical
How do you
argument.
know that someone doesn't want their kid
Like
to read
I
that
personally,
book?
like I
Bias.
understand like being for like supportive and inclusive
Facts.
of different stuff. That's cool, but like there's a certain line that needs to be set
Brother.
for what's allowed in school, especially at
You gotta
public
have some
school.
type of
But
background.
that-
School is 2 + 2 ABC.
I got
That's
idea.
it.
I need my
idea.
child. I just need my child to be able to know how to differentiate and analyze different subjects and topics. Therefore, when he gets into the real world, he can process different information and be able to understand what's going on. I
supposed to
don't
be
need them to
learning
learn
about
about he or she doesn't need to learn about sexuality and all this nonsense. It's irrelevant to this curriculum of school, and I don't
Yeah,
think
it is.
I don't think it teaches you any skills or any knowledge that you need to know. I think
Yeah,
that's
okay.
something. I think that's something that you should just learn on your own. The sex
got
talk does
ideas.
enough.
At
I
this
got
point,
idea.
I don't even want to send my kid to public school.
I got an idea,
Me
guys.
No,
I got
facts.
a great idea. Let's put Playboy magazines in the library, guys.
That's damn near the same shit.
We
I
should
mean,
put it
in
the
the
front.
12 grades,
But that's
in the
worse,
12
I'd
grades
rather
of
that
school,
than that book.
in the 12 grades of school,
At least I know which way they swinging.
facts. In the 12 grades of school, there's no point where you need to read something like this. I mean, I can understand a public library. They got all type of stuff in the public library, but in public school,
Dildos? Nah, but come on.
no,
That's
dog.
insane.
It's not okay.
No, dog.
It's not okay.
So they describing-
pedophilia.
And
Joy, you
each
said you
parent,
answered.
no,
Joy, you
each,
said
one
you let
moment,
me
no.
answer.
Each parent has to decide what is appropriate for their child to read. So I want you to answer. I'm going to ask you one more
Pause.
time. What is your
That
right
contradicts everything she
to
just said.
tell a parent who wants?
The parents decide
Yeah,
what's
that
appropriate for their
contradicts
child to
everything
read.
she
So
just
then
said.
why do
Yeah.
we have a banned books list in
Yeah.
schools? I don't think parents decided to ban To Kill a Mockingbird
They
or
might have,
1984 or all the other books. You know why they banned To Kill a Mockingbird? Because they said the N-word in it. They banned it in California.
Jeffrey Epstein, friends put something in
Wasn't the
Georgia.
black guy in that book mentally
Ill?
No,
Yeah.
not mentally ill. He was mentally disabled, I believe. He had mental impairments, didn't he?
I heard y'all said that. They banned
You
that?
talking about? Hold on.
They banned
When I'm
To
thinking
Kill a
about killing
Mockingbird.
it was the two dudes, right?
And they accused the black dude of killing
Killing
somebody.
them. Yeah.
He didn't kill nobody. He was
Yeah.
actually
Talking
just
about,
like
bro.
black and
And he was
special
trying to
needs.
help, yeah.
He was just trying to help. So they killed him. And they banned it because the N-word, and they said had a negative portrayal of black people.
Talking about,
That
bro.
is truly nonsense.
They banned that book? Hell
Yeah, you don't
California.
remember killing
Oh
the
yeah, they
Mockingbird?
banned that recently. They banned that, and I'm pretty sure they banned the 1984. And that George Orwell. Let me see.
You saw somebody get tender behind their
These people are
wife.
fucking up
and wanted
America.
somebody
Come on.
big old
Bro, let's go. Let's go.
That's insane.
I want you to answer. I'm going to ask you
let's
one more
have a-
time.
Right.
What is your right to tell a parent who wants their child, who might feel seen by this story? Why
them
don't they have the right? Why don't they have the right as a parent to say, my child can have access to this book?
If a child feels seen by this story, that means that they have been the victim of a predator. That means that they have
Literally.
either been raped by a family member, they've experienced
And your proof of
rape
that
in
is
some
what?
way. You just said that
What's
if a
your
child
proof of
feels
that?
seen by this story.
They-
so
they
that
make-
what
no,
I'm
no, no.
saying, Joy,
You're now making assumptions
no,
about it.
Joy,
No, no.
but
This
if a
is
child is
crazy.
raped, we should do a lot
You
better than
don't-
put a book on the
now
library
you're literally
shelf.
creating
We
a
need to-
story.
This is crazy.
Talk. She
It's
made
crazy
a
people
point.
really agree with
If
this
you
woman.
feel
I
seen
don't
by a
support
story
Joy
of-
Reid.
She might be
Think about
evil.
this.
I can't rock with this
I
stuff. at
don't
all.
support
If they
Joy
had a
Reid.
story-
They want you to agree with this shit just because you black.
It's a liberal media.
I
it's
know.
evil.
am
They
not
want you to agree
rocking-
with this liberal shit just because you black.
Jeffrey
I'm not
Epstein friends
rocking
put money in her
with
pocket.
Joy Reid. I'm not rocking with Joy Reid
I
at
never
all.
did. I never did.
If you feel seen by a story of, think about this.
The
If they had a
deflections are
story-
crazy.
I'm gonna play the clip. I promise y'all. If they had a story about a kid living in Paradise Valley, Arizona, in a multi-million-dollar house, and all he did was eat caviar and filet mignon every day, and they present that book in the school, and I feel seen by that book. If I feel seen, that means I have a connection with the experience.
You can relate. Facts.
And that's exactly what she's saying. If a kid feels seen by a person that essentially has been abused by a predator, There's more to a book is not the solution of having a kid relive trauma through reading a mandatory book in school. They probably should see counseling and never have that exposure to something like that again outside of a professional help. That's what she's saying.
I truly don't. I don't understand Joy Reid.
Something wrong with Jeffrey, right?
You don't know. Let me show you a form. This is a form that can be obtained in Broward County, Florida.
She got that simple Jack haircut. If you know, you know.
This is called the opt. Yeah, please. I'm going to hand it to you.
Broward.
It's called the opt-out form.
Okay.
An opt-out form would allow any parent, because you said you are in favor of parental rights.
I am.
It would allow any parent to opt out of their child being able to take books out of the library without their parents' permission.
Okay.
So that Moms for Liberty, why not advocate that every school in America have an opt-out form so that a parent who doesn't want their child to access a book like All Boys Aren't Blue, that they can make that choice, because then each parent, including a liberal parent, a black parent, a parent who wants their child to read a book about African American history, then they get their
want children to read books.
Why not just
Why they keep
opt
trying to
out
relate
Thank you, Moms for Liberty.
Black,
tell other
bro.
parents what they can.
I'm with Moms
First
for
of all, I
Liberty.
think what you're talking about here is a wonderful step in the right direction.
I'm a future dad for Liberty. You know, guys, Joy Reid got that simple Jack haircut. This is Simple Joy. If you've seen Tropic Thunder, you know what I'm talking about. And that's an inside joke. If you know, you know, because she's really simple. She's really a fool. And I don't support anything she's talking about, because this is truly
Tomfoolery.
absurd.
Now this is truly.
Like, how can you sit there and defend this?
Tomfoolery.
Like, you really want your children to read about someone being sexually
She's
abused?
getting paid by Jeffrey Epstein's friends. I'm not surprised.
Wow, man.
She probably look.
Whoa, that's a crazy
All right,
accusation.
brother.
You shouldn't say things like that.
Hey,
You gotta cut that off. He saw YouTube.
Hey.
Let Joy Reid talk.
Hey.
I know,
I'm sorry,
I
bro.
respect y'all freedom of speech, but let
Let's
Joy
let her
Reid talk,
ride.
man.
A book about African American history,
We
then they
want,
get their
we want
rights.
children to read books.
Why
about
not just
African-American
opt
history,
out
so.
for yourself rather than tell other parents what they can and cannot?
First
have
of
their
all,
children
I
read?
think what you're talking about here is a wonderful step in the right direction. We should be having conversations about this. This is about local control. A lot of these decisions are made at the local school board level, and that's where these decisions should be made. And there should be vibrant conversations about what's happening in our public schools and what kids have access to. Joy, however, maybe we could just put all the books with all the graphic sexual content, the
You're
dildos,
not
the
just-
rape, the
I'm sorry.
Let's do
I'm so sorry.
Let's do a back room.
Excuse me.
Let's put a curtain up in the library
First
like
of all,
they used
hold
to
on.
do.
One
in
moment.
the video
One moment.
stores. Remember
Facts.
when we were little
Moms
and you
for
would go to
Liberty.
the video
The
store
books that Moms for
and they
Liberty.
put those
The
books,
books that Moms for
videos
Liberty.
with pornography behind
I know
the
that you.
curtain.
I've.
I don't like how-
I have seen tapes of
Does
what
that
Moms for
sound-
Can
Liberty
I pause this real
does.
quick?
Let's see, bring on.
Have you guys ever noticed that when a journalist or interviewer is getting eaten up, they start trying to talk over the person that they're getting ate by? I've seen it happen with
I'm an interviewer
Vivek.
here.
I've seen it happen with Trump. I've seen it happen now. You know,
She's
they
actually
always
done
do
after
this
this
crap.
one, guys.
They always do this crap.
After she said, "I'm the interviewer here. Let's have a conversation."
It was over with.
It was over.
They did that when Andrew Tate was getting interviewed. Who was he getting interviewed by? That lady. She said, "I'm interviewing you." Who's
From
interviewing
BBC?
who? He said, "Well, I allowed you to come in my house."
But
She's
she
like,
says,
"No,
"I'm
no."
interviewing you," but then she wants a conversation.
Guys, we're noticing
just
patterns
contradicted
here.
yourself.
There's so many patterns
It's
here.
just insane,
As soon as
man.
they start losing, they start trying to talk over the person.
Talk over. It's these people are nuts.
And you all go into school board meetings
Joy,
and you
this
read
is a
graphic stuff.
disingenuous conversation.
No, it's not.
There's America used to understand that there's something
Beloved,
called age-appropriate
Beloved.
content.
Right.
Facts.
Here's my
We have
question again.
ratings on movies.
Again. Ruby Bridges.
Till
goes
Jeffrey
to
came.
See, this is the gaslighting that these liberals do.
Mm-hmm.
Fundamental issue, and this is the problem with opt out. This is like saying a teacher at the school can talk to your kid about sex positions, or the parent can opt out. First of all, you shouldn't be talking
Literally.
about that in the school, because if the parent is unaware, they may not have the kid opt out. If the parents are unaware that books like this exist in the
There
school,
shouldn't be
which
regulation
never
at all.
existed before in the history
You know
of
what?
schooling in America, they may not know to opt their kids out. You don't thrust in graphic behavior and hope that they opt out. No, they should be able to opt into stuff. They shouldn't be able to have to opt out. You shouldn't be pushing this generically in the library at a school. And then you hope the parents can go and do the research and look at every book that they have in the school and hope that none of it is inappropriate. You would
Literally.
assume as a parent
Oh my
that all the books are appropriate, age appropriate. She had made mention about, the kid that having dildos and stuff in it. Listen, there is ratings to movies. You can't watch a certain movie if PG-13. That means any kid under 13 can't watch the movie. Rated R. Anybody, I think below 18, maybe 16, I don't know
think it's
what
17.
rated R is. I think it may be adult content. So it'll be anybody under 18 can't watch a rated R movie.
Maybe it is
I mean,
18.
technically, I don't know what rated R is, but you get what I'm saying. There's age restrictions,
I think it's
and
17.
age appropriateness, even in movies. So the same thing should be applicable in books. If you're describing a graphic sexual encounter, that's not age appropriate for young people.
Simple.
And a
2
parent
plus
should have
2.
to go through the library and look at every book and make sure they're all good, and then opt out because they see 1 or 2 books that's not appropriate.
This book can't be in
The
here.
problem is that if you have 400,000 appropriate books and 25 inappropriate books, why would a parent opt out of 400,000 good books? The thing is that if you got 25 books in there that are inappropriate, they should not be in the library. And parents who want to re-traumatize their children and expose them to pedophilia and sex acts, they can go buy the book on their own and subject their own child to it. When it's authorized, a public school, that means it's sanctioned by the government, that it's appropriate for your children. I don't get, of course, Joy Reid is disingenuous.
she's
You can see
done.
it.
You know what they need to do?
Lady talk.
That's a cook
She know-
session.
They
she know
need
who
to
the author
have-
of the book. She don't need to know who the author of the book is if she know the subject matter in the book.
I'm rocking with
She
you,
know the main
Tiffany
character of a
Justice.
book if the subject matter is
Facts.
inappropriate.
Shout out Tiffany.
It's like saying you
Shout
got a
out
book and
Tiffany.
the person that's in the book is a serial killer. Who you know who the main character is? I don't know who the main character is. I just know the book is about serial
What
killers.
was Jeffrey Epstein's
And you
middle
present it to
name?
Elementary school students. I don't even know how our country is even in this position. It's very
We're
clear.
cooked.
But
No,
with
facts.
disingenuous black people and liberals,
cooked,
white and black
guys.
liberals, they're so disingenuous. And I don't know if she have kids or not. Or she probably raised them horribly. If she think this
Let's
is
look that up on
appropriate. This is not necessary. Talking about rape, like we never heard of anything like that in school. They would never play a book. They would never talk to you. They would have to present to the parent that this is being done, and the parent can say, "My kid is not participating." They are not letting parents know that these books are in the schools. They're just doing it and hoping that by the time your parent find out, they already indoctrinated you on it. But anyway, y'all comment in the comment section. Was Joy Reid wrong for this? Which I think.
In my opinion, if you can't have religion in school, you might as well have a law about sex. So
Well,
they should put sex, religion,
What a
and
point that was.
what else was banned from school?
Y'all gonna ban
Sex?
religion,
a lot
something
of
that's
stuff.
positive that most, even it doesn't matter what religion, like at the end of the day, most religions are for positively living good and being good to other people. Y'all gonna ban that.
We
But
should-
keep this
We should say
pedophilia.
We should make a law.
I
We
just-
should push a law, y'all.
Yeah.
We should go to the
We
Senate.
gonna- and we know
take
people now,
sex
y'all.
out
We
of
know people
school.
now, y'all. So we're gonna do some shit.
I'm truly
We're gonna make a
it's-
petition.
It's truly unfortunate that she is supposed to be like she's like props herself as she's some champion for black people, and she's an absolute clown.
We don't look up to your ass.
Now, Joy
I
Reid's
think she's an
husband looked
absolute
like a
clown.
real one, but the boys, man, I would say they might be a part of the
She
LGBTQ.
got all these
Probably
wigs
so.
on. You're not fooling
Nah, I-
nobody.
They friends with
I
D-Wade
ain't gonna do it
kids.
like that.
Whoa.
I ain't gonna do it like that.
I'm just not a fan of how every time I see a clip of her, it's just some stupid crap she's talking about.
Yeah, Joy Reid definitely is over with this one, guys. We seen it. This shit's getting ugly.
Joy
guys.
Reid, 2 thumbs down.